It is time now for Built for Success, presented by Ram Trucks. It all comes down to this. It is Ohio State. It is Notre Dame. Can both teams lose? I know what you're thinking. No, but for the national championship. And the Irish come into this one as heavy underdogs,
These
despite...
are likable programs.
Sure.
Humble programs.
Humble, yes. Bootstrap programs. They've won 13 straight games. Have the Irish, the Buckeyes, coming in with their top-ranked defense, putting the clamps on everyone so far in the playoff. Notre Dame looking for its first title since 1988. Ohio State is looking to win their first title since they won the first college football playoff back when it was 4 teams, way back when.
And you called that a decade.
In 2014.
You enunciated differently.
Well,
sometimes you got an air of sophistication about you.
For this matchup, you have to. You know what I mean? You got the private school, and then you got the inferiority complex in Ohio State. Sorry, it's a good point. Ohio State University. Sam Acho.
Oh, the Sam Acho.
Sam Acho, not in this building,
correct,
but in a building.
In a domicile.
And he joins us. Sam, for this matchup specifically, we just went through the drought for Notre Dame, 1988. You got to go all the way back. Gary wasn't even born. And then you got Ohio State, who've been waiting a decade here, or a decade. For whom would this be a bigger title? Who needs this more, Sam?
I think Notre Dame needs it a little bit more. I think it'd be a bigger title for Notre Dame. Why? Gary, you weren't born. I was 3 months old on January 2nd, 1989, when Notre Dame won their last national championship. And so for a lot of people, this is a lifetime opportunity to go and have Notre Dame win a natty. Not only is it Marcus Freeman early in his career as a coach, but it's an opportunity to take down a team that is dominant, a team like Ohio State that's been great. So you have to be able to play at your best. But for me, Notre Dame doing it for the first time since the 1988 season, January 2nd, 1989 was when the game was played, will be the chance of a lifetime, or really a couple people's lifetimes.
Yeah.
Ohio State, Sam, meanwhile, they haven't had a bite at the championship apple when they last won a decade ago. In order for them to be the best team in the country with another national championship, they have to incorporate Jeremiah Smith more. 1 catch, 3 yards in the semifinal win. How do the Buckeyes incorporate their all-world freshman more in this game?
Well, they just do what they did when teams play them normally, right?
Okay.
What happened with Texas in the last game where Jeremiah Smith only had 1 catch? Texas played a ton of zone. They let anyone else besides Jeremiah Smith beat them. But here's the thing. Normally, Notre Dame plays man. Over 50% of the time, they're going to play man-to-man defense. And so that means Jeremiah Smith is going to have opportunities. It's not going to be this different type of game plan where it's all zone or you might have 2 people on Jeremiah Smith. Just act like last week was an anomaly, because it was. You're going to go back to a lot of man-to-man defense. Jeremiah Smith will have one-on-one, and Will Howard just has to get him the rock.
Okay. What about the sidelines here? Obviously, Ryan Day, a lot of people called for his job after another loss to Michigan. There's only 1 loss for Marcus Freeman this year, but it wasn't a good one. It was that Northern Illinois loss. So for which coach would this title do more for? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, for, not necessarily who needs it more, but for which coach would this be more impactful, Sam?
Oh, wow. Impactful is great. I mean, initially I was going to say Ryan Day, and the reason why is that he lost 4 straight games to Michigan. When you talk about impact, that changes the trajectory a little bit. If you want to say impact, I would say actually Marcus Freeman, because the impact that Marcus Freeman would make as a head coach early in his career, less than 40 years old, took a program that Brian Kelly had said, oh, they don't have enough and they don't have what it takes to win. And all of a sudden, he's able to do that for the first time in 36 years. For me, that speaks impact. Now, if we're talking about, okay, who needs it more, I would argue that Ryan Day needs it more based off what we talked about, those 4 straight losses to Michigan and the chances that he hasn't won. But I think impact, I go Notre Dame, I go Marcus Freeman.
Let's go from impact on the sidelines literally to impact under center and in shotgun. You got 2 transfer quarterbacks in Will Howard and Riley Leonard in their first year at their new programs, leading their teams to the national championship. None of them necessarily world beaters here, Sam, but who do you trust more in this spot?
I trust Riley Leonard more in this spot. A lot of the reason is not just based off of the system that he is. Riley Leonard doesn't throw the ball as much. The ball's going to be in harm's way less. But I go back to what he did last year at Duke. Riley Leonard, even that game early in the season versus Clemson, he took over. He has the ability and the capability to take over games. And it's in this weird way where you're thinking, okay, he just threw an interception. What's next? Interception, boom. The next play, he's dropping dimes and throwing darts. And so for me, the trust level of Riley Leonard, not only with his arm, but also with his legs. If the game's on the line, think about the Georgia game. Georgia The way that Notre Dame won that game is that they won with the quarterback run. And so Riley Leonard could do it in a multitude of ways. I trust him more in the big moments.
I stand by this as just sort of as an aside. If Riley Leonard and Will Howard just switched with one another and didn't tell anybody, nobody would know. Dude, nobody would know. If Riley Leonard and Will Howard swapped spots in the locker room, nobody would know, dude. And I think that they would both.
You and Randy swap spots. Would anybody know if you and Randy did
Gary's
a little
mom would
switcheroo?
know.
Would anybody?
Correct.
Yeah.
I think most people would know just because I got way more gray hair than Randy, and boom, dead giveaway.
Well, my hair color is whatever's in the bottle. I think we've established. that. I want to tap into Sam's area of expertise here. In your side of the football, Sam. Listen, Ohio State's defense, the bona fides, are off the charts. Like, they have put the clamps down on everyone in their path over the last month and a half. Well, Michigan notwithstanding. Notre Dame, no slouch on that side of the ball as well. If Notre Dame's going to find success against a Buckeye defense, where do they do it?
Wow. Well, they have to do it in the run game initially. You have to be able to establish the run, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I think once you establish the run, I think Notre Dame's going to have to try to attack the receivers on the outside. Ohio State has great safeties. That's what they do well. But Notre Dame, if they want to win this game, they got to run the ball and play good defense. That's what has been said by Marcus Freeman time and time again. Run the ball, stop the run. Run the ball, stop the run. And that interception that you just saw, even the fumble that you just saw, were game-sealing plays on defense. So run the ball, attack the outside when you get the opportunities, and stop the run on defense. And oh, by the way, Notre Dame is dominant on fourth down special teams. Keep your eye open on kickoff return, punt return, for fakes, for specials, for different plays to try and gain momentum.
Sacho, last question. That is what Notre Dame has to do if they want to win. Question is, do they win? Who's your pick and why?
Oh, my goodness. Man, we got a little momentum going this way. Now I got to kind of switch it up. I will go.
When you skedet, I got to skedat.
I got to go Ohio State. The reason why is this. Notre Dame has heart, so does Ohio State. Notre Dame has talent, so does Ohio State. But this Ohio State team, to me, feels a lot more like the Michigan team of last year. A lot of guys, NFL talent, didn't go to the NFL. Guys like Jack Sawyer return. Lathan Ransom return. Caleb Downs transferred from Alabama to step in. So many of these defensive players are fifth-year and fourth-year starters. They've been there before, and they came back for this goal of a national championship. So give me Ohio State 28-24.
Oh, all right.
Close.
A little bit.
Hey, Notre Dame covers.
Yeah, a little bit closer than the experts might, and that's what we say. Good teams win, great teams cover. Speaking of great, that's Sam Acho. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you, Sam.
Awesome. Thank you all.